Ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, baby! We back. We better than ever. I'm feeling a little festive today. I'm in the Christmas mood, man. Yeah, baby. Rob Scott, how we feeling, my boy?
We all good, baby. How you feeling, my boy?
Feeling okay. Got my Home Alone shirt on. You feel me? Got the great Joe Pesci. You know,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You know, feeling a little festive today. You know, we got a lot of not so holly jolly things to talk about. We got a man who's standing on business and a man who don't know where he's supposed to act and where he's supposed to be at certain times. But oh man, get that DK
Metcalf told me, bro. You gotta say it on business.
Get out of here with that, man. Get out of here. But man, we've had a crazy couple of weeks since the last time we did a show. You know, obviously we had the holidays, so me and Rob we just had a lot going on. Obviously last week we just missed a week. We ain't gonna lie to you. We ain't gonna lie. We just had to regroup. We had to re-energize, get back into the NBA season, and man, it has not disappointed because I'm standing on business. I told Rob Scott, episode 2, Indiana. How you say Indiana Pacers in sign language, baby? Because I told you they were gonna win the whole thing. What'd you tell me, Rob?
I think I picked the Lakers, didn't
But what did you tell me when I picked the Pacers?
I? Oh, you crazy as hell.
Oh, but what's happening, Rob?
I'm looking crazy as hell.
I thought that boy Hadley. Game time, baby. Game time. But we got a lot to talk about, man. I'm excited about this. LeBron James is the headline of our show tonight. Title of this episode is LeBron Stood on Business. And man, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that and more, but we're having more of a serious conversation. So I had to put on an actual hat because I cannot have this conversation in the Santa hat. But
why not? Santa stand on business.
Santa stood on business. Don't mess with Mrs. Claus. But I think
Santa stand on business. He makes sure them gifts are there every Christmas.
Bro, man, I think at the end of the day, man, what we're about to talk about is something that goes so much deeper than NBA, so much deeper than basketball. I mean, this is just man to man. Former Boston coach of the Boston Celtics, Udoka, I believe. I don't even remember how to say his name.
Ime Udoka.
Udoka. My brother in Christ walked up to LeBron James. He threw that bitch word, Rob. He threw that bitch word around. And man, I think it's crazy when you're in a league that you have to question, is Udoka gonna get ejected out of this game?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know how refs are. We know the Scott Fosters of the world, how that all goes down. I actually thought for a second LeBron's getting kicked out of this game. And I thought, hey, man, it's just how it's going to go. But because it's LeBron James. The king of Akron. You know, you have to have that real conversation. Like, Rob, me and you and I grew up in a city to where that word's thrown around a lot, but never without purpose. Unless you got a wild mug.
And never without reaction.
Yeah, always a reaction. You know, I like what Eminem said. Eminem said, you know, you have the right to say what you want about me, but I have the right to respond. You know what I mean? And that's just however you want to take it, dog. And I think when you have those conversations, whether you're a shorty or a grown man, you got to use that word very carefully. And how did you feel about the whole situation?
Well, first, I don't think he didn't call him a bitch per se. It was implied that what they was doing was on the bitch side.
I
but
mean,
he didn't come out and say, "Man, LeBron, you was a bitch." You know, that's different.
right.
Like he say, "Man, come on, man, stop with all the bitching, bro." Like, yeah, you sounding like bitches over there right now, man, calling all these guys, you know, because LeBron screamed out travel. That's what initiated it. I forgot who had the ball. LeBron was like, man, travel, you know, doing this thing because LeBron wears many hats nowadays. You know,
Oh yeah,
he's a player, he GM Bron, and now, you know, is going out there that he's a ref. So you know, LeBron helping the refs do their jobs, called out of travel. And, you know, Idoka got fed up with it. He was like, man, come on, bro. Stop all that. Stop all that, bro. You sound like a real bitch right now. You know what I'm saying? And he told him, hey,
that's
man,
enough though.
don't use that word too loosely. He's like, man, well, stop bitching. You know what I'm saying?
He said, "What
You
you gonna
know,
do about it?"
when LeBron walked up, now that's why I think LeBron should have got escorted out too. Like, I don't think it's fair to eject Ime, but then allow LeBron to continue to play in the game because
Right.
LeBron walked up on him. And that's, of course, he's going to ask, what you going to do? You know, because in reality, Ime stood on business. He didn't back down for what he said. You know what I'm saying? So, but honestly, I said this yesterday on Rob's 2 cents. As a coach, you can't do that. You have to have a certain etiquette, a certain discipline, a certain way that you carry yourself as a coach. As you know, when you're a boss, you know what I'm saying. Let's look at the modern day world. If you're a manager or you're a VP somewhere, you can't act like the employee that's really there for just 9 to 5 work. You've been put in a leadership role. Therefore, you have to be a leader. You have to remember you're not a player anymore. That's okay when it's cool to talk and players are jabbing at each other. But as a coach, because I don't even just have a problem with email on this. I got a problem with what Mike Malone did.
Yeah.
All the trolling and stuff that he did with LeBron. You're like, bro, you're not a player, bro. You a coach. You have to act a certain way.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think he called him a bitch, but you know how we are. We hear that bitch word. We're like, so what you trying to say, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how did you feel about it?
Man, I mean, I like immediately disagreed
And
with
dude,
kind of the way you went about it. I was like, hey man, I don't care if it was implied. I don't care if you wrote it down. I don't care if you stamped it, mailed it, same day shipping. I don't care what it was. I received it and I heard what you said, and you got to stand on that. Like that's just what it is. Even in I was talking about prime time in the football team, the football league I've been playing in. By the way, champs, baby, champ. Like, come on, stop playing with us. Stop playing with us.
For your right to party!
You hear me? But no, but man, I've had a few instances this season alone where they will test your gangster, and
yeah,
I feel like you have those conversations and you have to be real about it. You know what I mean? Like you have to understand at the end of the day, I am not just a basketball player. I'm a
yeah.
grown man. I am going to respond,
And
and
you
that,
got kids, and I think his son was there.
you got kids there, you got family there, you got teammates there, colleagues, fans, bunch of people. I mean, we're talking about millions and millions of people who now have seen that video.
Mm.
So if I'm just gonna stand on that, I cannot stand on that. But it's just really how I felt about it, man. And hey, man, let that have been Isaiah Stewart, Draymond Green, somebody along those lines. Hey, I think we're having a very different conversation, Rob.
And see, I made a reel about that. It's actually been doing pretty well.
I
You
see.
know, because you got to be yourself. LeBron gonna have to start knocking niggas out. Like that's just what it's gonna have to come down to. Like I feel like people test LeBron because LeBron gives that perception of I'm a
Fake
nice
baby.
guy. You know what I mean? I got love for everybody and I want to get along with everybody. Y'all got to remember LeBron from the hood. If you look up Akron, Ohio, it gets rowdy out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ohio.
Fuck Ohio.
You have to remember, man, that I know LeBron is being smart about everything because I understand he got $1 billion image to uphold. That's
Yeah.
$1 billion man, and he understands I can't act like Draymond. My
Mm-hmm.
brand is not built about me acting like Draymond, but just for my satisfaction. Because I see it in LeBron's face sometimes. You can tell. I remember when old boy, who was that? Austin Rivers or somebody accidentally hit him with the ball. He turned around. You almost see the actor come out of him. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? For my satisfaction, I just want to see LeBron. haul off and knock the shit out somebody. Like I just wanna see, because people be trying LeBron, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, when you hit somebody,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna make you realize this ain't no regular dude I'm talking to. And I'm not talking about just LeBron or who he is, like the persona that's around LeBron.
Yep.
This is a 6'9", 260-pound dude that's a freak of nature, athletic wise.
Right.
That ain't the dude you want to fight.
No.
You know what I mean? I'm just being real.
That's
People
just what it is.
so and I get that, like I said, business is business. Business is business. So LeBron understands he has a reputation to uphold. He got contracts with people. Nike wants him to be a certain way. He got the Promise School. He got, everything going on. But man, for my satisfaction, and probably for his, maybe we get an NBA celebrity boxing thing going on. Let Mike and Rob host that.
I don't think so, bro. I think I've seen enough after Nate Robinson where I don't need.
Hey, what's up, Frank? Hey, Frankie been having a field day with the Lakers versus Suns, man.
They have
Randy, my boy, what's happening, man? What's
listen,
going on, man?
James,
Lakers 3-0. Hey, yeah, hey, they are up on the Suns. And he said Adoku said he's standing up. Hey, Randy, that's what I said. Because I said
yeah,
when LeBron walked up on, he said, "What you gonna do with your soft ass?" He called him a soft ass boy. I fell out laughing. I said, "Wow, like people really like if I'm LeBron, I'm going in the house and I'm having a whole monologue with myself, and I'm looking in the mirror and say, people really think this shit's sweet." You know
no,
what I'm saying?
like 'cause when you hear that, it's like, all right, now that escalated because you double down. You know what I mean? And you have to have that real conversation of like, in my personal opinion, this is me. Now, was Bron right? No, but was Bron wrong? No. You know what I mean? Like for him to double down that way as a head coach in this league, the standard that you hold. The reason I'm so hard on him is because we have a real conversation all the time about players getting suspended. I mean, look at Chris Paul. Chris Paul says that bitch word, he out the game because he called Scott. What was it? Scott Foster a bitch.
Yeah.
And to Rob, to me, coaches out here just calling people a bitch or even however you want to word it. Hey man, he didn't say it, but he implied. However, bro,
You use
I
the
don't
word. I get you
like.
on that one.
That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
like, okay, so if we're gonna hold players to this standard, everybody in this mug gotta be held to this standard, and that goes
Coaches should be held to a higher standard.
right. Now, you want to talk about the fans, as long as it's not racial or about somebody's
Or
family,
death threats
I
and
don't care.
things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't care. If a fan's calling you a bitch from the nosebleeds, you might have to just eat that one. But
not Russ. Russ be standing on that.
Russ, different. But we do have a different conversation going on because Frankie talked about the Suns, and it still does have to do with LeBron James. Rob, I want to talk about this play right here. How are you feeling about this play against the Suns? LeBron James calls timeout right as the ball goes loose towards the end of the game. Devin Booker posted this on his Instagram story with a emoji. We having questions. We having questions about this play specifically. How did you feel about it? Where were you really at? I'm really trying to wrap my mind around the exact thought of you saying, "Hey man, LeBron's got a lot of different hats on it." Right there, Bron put his coaching hat on. He said, "This is the play. I got to call a timeout. I got to get the ball back." Worked in his favor. Suns end up losing that game. That's a very big situation. That's a critical situation to where the ball was loose. Suns could have came up with it and won the game. But where were you at with it?
I still don't agree with the call. Now I know it's come out that the officials and all the powers that be have looked at this film and they're saying that the correct call was made. That during the time of LeBron calling the timeout, that Austin Reeves had possession of the ball with his hand and his leg, like the ball was still caught. To me, and I agree with this statement here. It should have been a jump ball because that was too indecisive to really make that call. Because to the in real time, it looked like Reeves had already lost possession as LeBron is calling timeout. Now I don't know if he was verbally screaming timeout as he was, making the gesture, but I saw the gesture.
Right.
And as I was looking at the gesture when they played the replay, he was already losing the ball. He no longer had control of the ball. So you know what is Kevin Durant came out and said he tried to clean it up a little bit, but he said it is scripted for the Lakers to win the in-season tournament. Then he tried to go into well, they have the height and they have LeBron and they have the fan. No, no. What you said was that these refs and these officials and the way that NBA does business, that it will be beneficial for business if the Lakers are the ones to come out on top of this in-season.
Yep. First in-season tournament ever. Make
and LeBron wins.
Yep, and LeBron wins it.
And it gives us and the rest of the media more to talk about with the whole GOAT debate. Well, Mike never won an in-season tournament. Look, you know what's gonna happen. You know exactly what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but that don't change nothing. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
To real basketball aficionados, it doesn't change nothing. But to all these Bron lover boys out here, and I hate to say it like that, but I know people that can look at LeBron and think he does no wrong, and I get it because I looked at Kobe the same way. So I'm not gonna get mad at the fandom, but I also knew when the Lakers was outmatched. Like, hey, I knew in 2008 it's not looking too good.
That Jordan Clarkson D'Lo team.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not delusional.
Right.
I think the only time I get delusional when it comes to the Bears, but I don't know who worse now, Chicago Bears fans or Cowboy fans.
I'm gonna
say what he say reminds me of that Pacers Lakers game night before Thanksgiving in 2021. That one Pacers fan and her man got kicked out for saying stupid stuff to LeBron.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah,
hey, what's up, Jay? Appreciate you here, man.
Man, shout out to Jay.
Shout out to the ASAP family. Shout out to my boy Jay.
Rob, I didn't even tell you, bro. Jay almost caught a fade the other day on the phone with Jay. It was crazy.
Oh, wow. I remember you inboxing talking about that.
Me and Jay was just chopping it up, having a conversation. This man gonna come up here talking crazy to me at work.
Hey, it's Chicago, baby.
Hold on.
And then what he say? When my boy John say, we've seen refs get together on calls that are hard and make them jump it up. Why not last night in a critical situation? They do in a non-critical situation. Well, like I said, man, I'm really starting to. You know what? I've been having a problem with the refs all year.
Yeah.
And it's not even just NBA. Like, we've seen questionable calls in the NFL. We've seen questionable calls in college football. Yep. I don't know who are teaching these refs, but I agree with I forgot which media personality I heard say this. But refs should start getting fined. Yeah. And I believe that's when refs should start making the right call.
And I think the magnitude of the game matters as well.
Like, you should get fined. Like, your first warning should be a fine. Second warning should be a fine and suspension, and then the third warning would be, you got to take a year off, man. Like, we're gonna have to take money off your plate because, like, there's no way in hell that you guys go through all this training. You have all these camera angles on the court. You got guys in your ears that's watching the game in the back in the production area that's telling you what they seeing as well, and you still get the damn call wrong. I just don't get it. I get human error is human error. But damn, how many times can you be wrong?
I heard that. But man, Rob, I want to give you the floor. Talk to us about the in-season tournament. We're kind of on that pace right now, talking about that conversation. Talk a little Pacers in a little bit, but tell the people right now what we got going on. Obviously, we're advancing to another round. Who's in, who's out, and tell me how quick were the Chicago Bulls eliminated? Let me stop playing.
Immediately. They were 0-4. Like, they didn't
immediately
a game in the in-season tournament.
Come on.
I almost give
what's going on
disrespected to wear this hat. No, but in the in-season tournament, man, it's been some exciting games, man. We just saw some more teams get eliminated. We saw the Knicks get eliminated by the Bucks. We saw the Kings get eliminated by the Pelicans. Of course, Phoenix gets eliminated by the Lakers, and Boston surprisingly got eliminated by Indy. Well, I won't even say surprisingly. They don't have Porzingis, so that's not the same Boston Celtics team.
I know you ain't say that.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real, bro.
Cool.
But right,
I
mean, Tatum and Brown both went for 30, and Halliburton still was able to get the job done. So I'm not hating. We are seeing the rise of superstar in Halliburton, but as you mentioned, we're gonna get into that a little later. But yeah, we're going into the semifinals now. And the final 8 teams, 2 games in total. They're gonna be going to Las Vegas now. T-Mobile Arena. So now we're gonna see Lakers going against Pelicans. I said Final 18, Final 4 teams. Excuse me, y'all. We're gonna see the Lakers going against the Pelicans, and then we're gonna be seeing Indy go against Milwaukee, and I think that's gonna be a hell of a game. Remember, you guys, single round elimination game starts Thursday in Vegas. All teams are in Vegas right now, and Saturday we will be going into the championship game, in which you're gonna see the winners get crowned 500,000. And you know what's funny about the in-season tournament, man? My boy Giannis was getting interviewed as they destroyed the Knicks yesterday. Bro didn't even realize that it was a money prize on the line. Like, he having an interview. He said, "Wait, we get paid for this?" He said, "The rich get richer." I said, "Yes, Lord."
The rich get richer.
The rich get richer.
The rich get richer.
We got another one.
Indy might win.
We got another Indy.
The momentum from the other night, 100%. And you know what, Rob? To that point, not to make a transition about something else.
Guys on Pop's loving life is Pacers. Look. All of the Pacer fans are standing up right now. Look at Glenn.
Hey, just know, Mike Hughes said it when no one else did. I just want to know. And I was standing on business.
But you know what? I didn't see Halliburton coming, man. Like,
I seen it.
The way, and like I know we're gonna get into it. It'll be a good transition because, I mean, the way Halliburton has been playing, not just in the in-season tournament, but the way that he's been dominating
MVP
just all year. I'm not gonna go that far.
MVP level. He's
definitely most improved player. Like right now, he has to be the top candidate for.
You gotta have him in your MVP conversation.
For right now, it's still early.
For sure.
It's still early.
Like, I mean, when you look at what he's been able to do this season, man, I mean, it's just been absolutely insane.
Yeah, I wanna read you something, man.
Yeah.
I made sure I kept tabs on this if my phone decides to work right. So listen to this, man.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last 6 games, Halliburton has scored 37, 16, and 5 in one game, 33, 16, and 3 in one game, 26, 10, and 2 in one game, 33, 9, and 2 in one game, 44, 10, and 2 one game, and 26, 13, and 10 when he beat the Celtics for his first career triple-double. And not to mention, that was the man's first time being on prime time on TNT. He got a chance to talk to the inside the NBA staff. That's when you kind of know that you made it in the NBA, when you get a chance to get interviewed by Ernie Johnson, Shaq, Chuck, and Kenny. Like what? Just, I was all for the trade when the Kings got Sabonis. I was like, man, that's gonna be great for the Sacramento Kings.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my God, Indiana diamond in the rough and Tyrese Halliburton. And not to mention, you got to give a shout out to Rick Carlisle as coach.
100%. I mean, and to see what they've been able to do, you know, getting guys like Obi Toppin to become exactly who everybody thought he was around the draft, and then immediately backtracked the second Tom Thibodeau became his head coach. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was actually crazy to see them even move on from Obi Toppin, and especially for the conversations that we had so early on in his college career. So to see him being able to do this, Tyrese Halliburton right now on the year averaging 27, 12, and 4. I mean, the guy's an absolute monster. He's shooting 44, 45% from 3, and he's shooting like Curry. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, I'm not gonna take it that far and say he's going to do this the entirety of the season.
But I'll put him down when I'm betting on him on FanDuel. I'm putting him for 4 threes.
Yeah, I mean, the man's just been an absolute and to be able to do what he's doing right now, I'm just so happy for our guys. Gonzo, we got Pops, we got Glenn, loyal guys in Indiana, man. Indy runs deep in basketball, and not a lot of people know that. But
it's funny that you mentioned his stats in the regular season, because he amped it up a little bit in the in-season tournament. The man went from 20, would you say 26? He averaged 28 in the in-season tournament. Shot 50.5% from the field goal, 46% from the three-point line, still gave you double-digit assists, 13.4 assists, 5.2 rebounds, 1.6 steals. I mean, you talk about elevating your play. And the one thing that I think a lot of media people have missed is that a lot of people were writing Indiana off because they were trying to ship guys to get guys. Like, remember, Miles Turner and Buddy Hield was on their way out the door. They were talking about Miles Turner going to play with the Lakers, and then Buddy Hield.
How many times did we say not Miles Turner? How many times did we say Buddy Hield was going to the Lakers, man?
We said it a lot, and I think these guys were kind of tired of being in Indiana, right? Mm-hmm. But then you look, when you start to win, and one thing I noticed about a great leader is that it becomes infectious.
Yeah.
Like their attitude, the way they handle business, the way that they come into work and do what they're supposed to do, it becomes infectious. You see it trickle down to the other members of the team. Now you're seeing a motivated Miles Turner. Now you're seeing a motivated Buddy Hield, and you're seeing guys that I don't think they want to leave Indiana no more. They want to ride this train out to see how far can we go as a team, how far can we get. And I think everything starts with Halliburton. And you see just the excitement that these guys have. A bunch of young guys coming together and going to work. And it's I'm just happy to see a young player step up and say, you know what, I'm about to give you old heads a run for your money
Yep.
because the league is changing hands and I'm trying to make sure that it goes in mine. You know what I mean? It's been really a joy to watch. It's been a very exciting NBA season, man. It
Yeah.
has been cracking this year, bro.
No, most definitely. We have those conversations all the time about young teams that want to win. You got a couple veterans over there that are doing their due diligence to try to make these guys the best versions of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about another team down south, oh baby. But we looking at this Orlando Magic team, 14-6, third in the Eastern Conference. Rob, what are you looking at for the remainder of the season from the Orlando Magic? What do you want to see? Where do you think? Obviously, they're over exceeding expectations from what many thought from the beginning of the season, but I don't see making the playoffs being our championship this year is making the playoffs. I think they can go in there and they can make some noise. Maybe around the trade deadline, they make a little more noise. Who knows? I'm looking at a team that's constructed very well. They're playing very well together. Franz Wagner and his brother, obviously Paulo and a bunch of other guys doing their thing.
That's the key right there.
Yeah.
Paulo is the key.
Paulo,
I think once they got Paulo, like Paulo was able to put everything together.
Right.
I mean, I call him Baby Mello. I mean, the guy plays bully ball. He rebounds the ball hard. He can shoot very well from the field. He's definitely not afraid to bang down there in the post. That's what you want from your guy. That's what you want. I mean, he's like a hybrid forward. He can play the 3, he can play the 4. The guy is great, and the team compliments him well. I know a lot of people don't like Cole Anthony, but the guy got game. You know what I'm saying? He has game.
Yeah, he does. I just hate, Rob, I'm him and Zion, I'm in the same boat. If they just didn't speak or even like show any personality, I think I'd love them. Like I hate Zion talks like such an old head, like the weird old motherfucker at the barbershop type shit. You know what I mean? Like we sitting up here right now. I got Zion 22, 23 years old. What you talking about, man? How you think my defense was? Bro, we seen the tweets. You weird, bro. Stop talking.
I try to keep it basketball, but I think that's why Zion been playing well this year. He been staying out of them DMs.
I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think Zion has played at the level that I'm expecting from him this year. He's averaging what right now on the season? He's averaging 22 and
that's about why I expect him to be
22 and 5.
Yeah.
Nah.
Look. A lot of people keep thinking Zion is gonna be this generational talent. Zion is just a big dude.
Right.
He's athletic and he mastered his skill set.
Can I throw?
I'm not looking at Zion to be the next LeBron James.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
But he's taking a step back, Rob, and there's the reason for that. And me saying that, you look at the first 4 years of his career. Of course, you look at that and you say he didn't play a lot of games in his first year. He played 24, second year 61, 29, and now 18. He's been relatively healthy. But when you look at his points per game, 22, 27, 26, and now you're back at 22. When you look at the rebounds, 6.5, 7.5, 7, and now you're at 5. And I'm starting to see a Zion that's declining in certain places to where I'm seeing guys like Halliburton, guys like De'Aaron Fox, Devin Booker, Paulo. We're talking about guys who are continuing to elevate and get better and better and better. And I'm not seeing that from a guy like Zion right now. I'm not seeing that from him, and I'm not seeing him be the best version of himself. So that's really where I'm at with that.
It's a lack of effort. Like to me, I look at the way that he trots on the court. I look at the way that he plays defense. He plays very lazy defense. Like with a guy with his athleticism, I expect at least 2-3 blocks a game. Meet me at the rim.
And I love.
You think I just jumped this high when I'm dunking?
And John's comment right
rim.
here, Rob, is everything. He said when you're looking at it, you need to be having a double-double. You need to be 25 and 10, at least 25, because you have CJ McCollum out.
Yeah.
So you have other pieces of this
team.
But
no, he's back.
Well, no, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have him as that number one option. You don't have him there. He's not. It's not like Dame's on the team. I'm looking at BI and CJ.
BI is the number one option on that team,
and that's not good. You know what I mean? That's a bad. That's that. I mean, I love BI. But a number one option when you were the number one overall pick, averaging 25 points per game just a year ago, 26 points per game. I need something better from Zion right now, and I feel like Zion's sitting up here acting like he's won 2 championships already, that he's been in the league for 12 years. I'm like, bro, I know cats, cats like that, Rob. South side, north side, it's all the same, baby. You got cats out there that just act like old heads. And I'm like, bro, just shut the fuck up. Go do something, bro. I don't know what you want. I used to have this kid on my baseball team play second base in high school, man, acting like, man, let me teach you. Let me put you on some game. Let me put you on some. Bro, I'm older than you. Get the fuck out of my face, right? I don't need this. And I got BI who thinks he's 67. I'm looking at BI's lineup. I'm looking at BI's helm. Damn. This man out here looking like he cracking the 80s.
He do got them old man braids, don't he?
Man. I mean, tattoos be gang bang. Man, bro. Hey, listen, I'm not no hater, but one thing about Ja Morant, at least Ja look good. You know what I mean? At least.
Hey, speaking of Ja.
Coming back.
5 days.
5 more days.
Hey, I'm putting the league on. No, but I know this is one thing we didn't talk about when we were, talking about what we were going to talk about tonight.
Right.
But I got to give a shout out to Minnesota. When we're speaking about leaders, Anthony Edwards is stepping up this year, and he is really taking on the responsibility of getting this team to play well. Yeah. I've never seen Karl Anthony Towns play so hard in my life.
Can I give a shout out?
Give your shout out.
Shout out to Rob Scott for covering him all summer and telling the league that Anthony Edwards was on the way.
I told you. I appreciate you, man. That's why I love you, brother.
Who was that?
I told you. I saw the way he was playing in the FIBA games, and I'm like, this is a guy who's playing now like, I got it. I understand the game. See, it's different when you're athletic. Like, I got a friend, my boy Kurt. Shout out to my boy Kurt. He's one of those dudes that's just athletic where he can play every sport. Right. Not saying that he understands the sport or he gets deep in it.
Good,
but he's a guy like if I'm picking up a pickup 5, I can pick him up. Even though he doesn't play basketball regularly, he's just one of those dudes that's just athletic where he's good. Dude, we went to Top Golf and the dude is out there, the nice serve. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's just one of those dudes that's just good at everything because of the way he's built. And that's kind of what Anthony Edwards, I remember him having that conversation and saying, yeah, I could have played baseball. I could have played football. And I believe him. He's just one of them dudes that was probably flipping around the hood. You know what I'm saying? One of the tumblers in the hood.
Right.
And then, he played football. He played baseball. He played basketball. He swam. He ran track. He just did whatever he could on the, to keep that athleticism going. But when you start to understand, when that game starts to slow down and this fast-paced game known in the NBA is now starting to move at a pace where you wanted to, and you control the pace of the floor, you control the flow of the game. That's when you like, I got it. I understand. And Anthony Edwards, he understands.
You want to hear where I'm at with it?
Yeah.
I got to give credit to the Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
The Golden State Warriors fuck up every year.
Mm-hmm.
They create monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I got Klay Thompson looking Devin Booker last year straight in the face. Shut the fuck up. I got 4 of them things. D-Book said, cool. Watch this. Ever since then, D-Book's on a tear. Now, D-Book was already acclimated into his career so far, but he's taken that next level of taking things personally.
Mm-hmm.
He's out here fighting. You saw him
Mhm.
last night, how pissed he was about losing a regular season game. That wasn't D-Book 2-3 years ago.
Mm-mm.
D-Book's ready to win. He's tired of hearing the noise of I don't have a ring. Anthony Edwards chopping it up with Draymond. Draymond said, all right, cool. You ain't shit. Ant said, bet, watch this.
Ain't nobody worried about you.
Basketball. And that's what we have these conversations all the time. There needs to be a spark into why you're here. I said that about Anthony Edwards from the very beginning, the day he was drafted. I didn't like the way he spoke. I didn't like the way he just kind of seemed like I'm just here. You know what I mean?
I'm happy to be here. I don't
Right.
like I'm happy to be here.
Right. And that's my problem. Is like you want to
Yeah.
come into this league like LeBron, I'm on a mission. I'm gonna chase ghosts. And that's what I love. Whether you believe he caught the ghost or not, he chased that motherfucker to the very end. And that's what's real. And I think at the end of the day, here's what's real. Here's what's genuine. At the end of the day, the only person I have not seen that from yet, because you look at guys like Halliburton, Rob, traded away. You send me to Indy? Bet, watch this. I'm about to put Indy on the map. Fuck that beam and fuck Sacramento. Watch this. Tonight, I'm on a roll. The only player I haven't.
No, don't get mad. Be real. We real tonight.
That's what I'm saying, though, Rob. Is the only person I want to see that from so badly is LaMelo Ball, and I have not seen that yet. I have seen a man who you just spoke about as talented as anyone I've ever seen. A Magic Johnson 2.0. All lengthy, court vision, ability to make plays and do things with the basketball that others wouldn't even contemplate. Not even in practice. Motherfucker, try that shit in a pickup game. Lack of caring, though. Doesn't care towards the end. And even in the post-game interviews and the Thanksgiving one, he's cursing and I don't want to sound like a old mug today. I really do. But like I'm looking at mugs and I'm looking at the Zions and I'm looking at the LaMelos and I'm like, man, bro, do you give a fuck what happens?
They just happy to be there.
Just happy to be there. I got the money. I'm on the stage. I got the platform forever. People gonna love me forever, no matter what. I got millions of followers on IG. I could stop playing basketball today and always make money. And that's how they come across to me. The Anthony Edwards of the world, the Paolo Bancheros, the Tyrese Halliburtons, the Tyrese Maxeys,
the Ja
Morants, yeah. The Ja Morant, honestly.
No, I'm gonna be real. Now, Ja might do some stuff off the court, but he takes the game seriously. He's a sore loser, and you know what? I tell people all the time, I respect sore losers, because that means you wanted to win. You give a shit, and that's what I look at. I'm not
like Rob. Though there's a difference though when you're a sore loser talking shit, and then you're pointing lasers at people's cars when they pull away.
I don't think that was him. That was just him.
I don't think so.
Wrong group of people. But
my point about Ja at the end of the day though is there is that level of. We talk about Kobe all the time because I want to know him. I'm not some old head, bro. I'll be out there. I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like I get it. It happens. But when I see you at the strip club on IG with a Glock, when I see you with all these people who probably weren't in your circle before you made it to the league and probably won't be in your circle after you leave the league. When I see you doing shit like that, I don't see that from Ant. I don't see that from anybody else. You know what I mean? I see that from you.
Or at least they keep it quiet.
And that's what's important.
That's what you have to do. You know what? If I'm an NBA player, one thing I will say about LeBron, if I'm able to be blessed to be in that fraternity known as the NBA, and I get a chance where I have, because LeBron is not one to say, you can't come talk to me. I mean, he's trained with Tyrese Maxey before Maxey made a name for himself. He's trained with a lot of young cats. He's trained with Rudy Hachimura. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't mind guys coming to pick his brain. I actually think LeBron loves that. I'm reaching out to LeBron and I say, well, how do you be discreet? How do you? Because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna sit up here and play like you know what I'm saying. People don't do what they do, but it's not about what you do; it's how you do it.
LeBron was out here cheating on his fiance way back when, before Savannah James, of course, on his other fiance before, and no one heard a word about it until years later. And that's the big thing, Rob, is like You have to handle again. We stand on business.
Stand on business. Shout out Drewski, man.
Man, that's that episode. But man, when you got all these different crazy things going on, man, it's so overwhelming. On top of already trying to make a name for yourself, but we got one last topic of the night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about this because Rob get mad. Rob don't want to talk about it, baby, but he wears the hat, so I don't care. We gonna talk. If you gonna wear the hat, we gonna talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
I was at a game, writing for Chicago State of Mind. Check that out on Substack. New article out. Cubs, Bills, all the time by Mike Hughes. You can read them. But no, like you, Rob Scott. But in all seriousness, though, baby, man, talking about it. No Zach LaVine, no DeMar DeRozan, and the Chicago Bulls force overtime and pull off the victory against the Milwaukee Bucks just to win a game immediately after. Without Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan did play in that game, but they are 2-0 without Zach LaVine. Rob, Kobe White is flourishing.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I will give you that.
Shout out to Sub-Zero doing his thing.
Sure.
I love what Kobe's doing. You know, it's his nickname, right? Sub-Zero out of college. They motherfuckers don't say that shit too often because the Bulls are about to shoot out. But I love Sub-Zero, man. Fans were chanting his name at the United Center after the game. I've never heard them chant for DeMar. I've never heard them chant for Zach or anybody else since the early Jimmy Butler days, the early Derrick Rose days. This is something, Rob, to me that is so important for the Chicago Bulls moving forward. I believe the front office should be fired for the way they've drafted. I believe that Billy Donovan needs to go for the way he's handled this locker room. I believe Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan have respectfully.
The time has expired.
Respectfully to DeMar, not to Zach. You've overstayed your welcome. Zach, get the fuck out. It's been 8 years. Get out of here. But it's a reality of this, Rob. I have seen an identity from this team. I know what the identity of the Chicago Bulls is. When Zach LaVine is not on the floor, it is Nikola Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic was an absolute monster in these two games. Kobe White was flourishing. Patrick Williams is out here actually doing things. The man is not stand still pat. He is moving. And he's
been threatened a little bit.
You
bring in Torrey Craig and he's like, wait a minute.
Yup.
Wait a minute. Let me get on my shit. But you know what? I have to give credit where credit is due. The fans are screaming Kobe White's name because here in Chicago, all we ask is for you to work hard. We understand that y'all not going nowhere fast, but just don't lay down. Go out there and play hard. And Kobe has been playing extremely hard. He played in North Carolina, if I'm not correct, right? I mean, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yes, sir.
Was it NC or Kentucky?
No, UNC.
UNC. The kid, you know, he's showing a certain grit that I haven't seen from Kobe before. And I think he just said, I'm tired. Like, you're not going to give me my opportunity, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to sit here and watch these old guys, throw the opportunity away. Hey, appreciate you, Calvin. I appreciate you, brother. I'm not going to sit up here and lose out on my opportunity waiting on the Bulls organization to decide what they're going to do with y'all.
And so you know what? On top of that. So now you're going to play like you got paid.
Yeah, and Kobe been doing this thing. I know in the game with the Pelicans, he's like 8-13 from the 3-point line. I mean, the kid has been out there playing hard, and that's something that you can build off of. That's something you can get momentum off of.
I'm cool with that, Rob. And I think to that point, I watched Kobe at UNC. Yeah. I was a UNC basketball fan until they lost their coach and everything kind of just went crazy. But I watched Kobe White every game. You can go back to my Facebook post. I said, I want the Bulls to draft Kobe White. Now, this is obviously prior to Lonzo Ball coming in the cut, so you didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I wanted Kobe on this team, and I hated the way they always used him. Kobe was a 2 at UNC, and ever since he came into Chicago, they've been trying to make him play the 1.
Well, he's too small to be a 1 in
That's what I'm saying. But, you have that conversation you're saying is I've never seen this version of Kobe. I have, and he's back. I haven't seen this.
Well, I haven't seen this in the professional set.
But that's what I'm saying is I see Kobe being Kobe I see Kobe being Sub-Zero.
Right.
I see Kobe being the guy who said, man, I'm coming out here. I'm going to go crazy. man, for my father. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff he used to talk. Man, City will beat you down on your knees if you let it. And I don't think Kobe's let it whatsoever. Alex Caruso, Nikola Vucevic, talk about Andre Drummond, 10 and 14 in 13 minutes. How the fuck against Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, that man was out there just bodying mugs. Something, though, I will say, Rob, is not right with Damian Lillard. And I'm going to be the first one to say that.
Well, you know, Dame going through some stuff right now.
Rob, I watched this man in the first half have 14 or 16 points. 3 more quarters of basketball were played. He finished with 18. I watched him towards the end of the game defer several times to random players on the Milwaukee Bucks. Not Giannis, not Brook, not Bobby. Just deferring to random motherfuckers. I said, that's not Dame. And we know what's going on in this person's life.
His head not in the game, man. You know, like I said, I don't want to touch on it because it's, you know, it's dealing with family. You know what I'm saying? Custody battles and things like that. That could be tough. It's hard to focus on basketball when I'm thinking about, you know, the future of my finances, the future of my kids, you know, this ugly thing that we're going through, you know what I mean, as a family. So, you know, it's tough, but, you know, I got to give him credit the way that they bounced back against the Knicks. I mean, him and Giannis was going back and forth. And also, I think that's a situation there, too, where I think Giannis is going to have to really sit down with Dame and say, Dame, we didn't bring you here to defer to me. I'm honestly looking to defer to you, especially in the fourth quarter. When they start to build this wall, I need big game Dame to show up. I need to see Dame time. Because the moment they see Dame time, now you can see the Greek freak.
Man, bro, I saw people.
Hey, build that wall if Dame and Chris Middleton out there knocking down threes.
I saw kids, man, little shorties in Bulls jerseys going like this, Rob.
Yeah. You know how we are.
This thing working?
You know how we are.
Man, come on, man. You should have seen me, bro.
You know, I talk more shit than a little bit.
We got a little time for a story time, Rob.
Story time.
I got into a little scuffle at the Bulls game. I ain't gonna lie. Nothing physical, but it got there. It got there, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I want everybody to know, sponsors, anybody watching this, I'm a great guy,
bro.
I'm a great guy. But there were 3 Milwaukee Buck fans sitting in front of me. Bunch of Bulls fans my age sitting behind me. I'm in the middle with my boy Coop. We sitting there. Man, these Bucks fans going crazy in the fourth quarter. They start going a little too crazy. Start saying we bunch of bitches. Chicago bunch of bitches. Now, these are some white gentlemen. Glasses, circle glasses, Harry Potter style. Got some beanies with a ball on it. You know, the little furry ball. Got a little cardigan on. Oh, all right, bet. I'm going to stay quiet. I got nothing to do with this. Bulls about to get blown out. I do not care. I'm staring at this parlay. I need Dame for 26. That man had 14 since the fourth quarter. We are almost in overtime, sir. I got no time for this. So then he started, again, Uduko, throwing out that bitch word. Man turned around, flipped me off, flipped everybody else off. I said, I bet. I promise you, Rob. Right hand up to God. I looked back at those boys. I said, hey, I just want you to know. I ain't said nothing all day. And they went, yeah. I said, if we force overtime, I am going to be a menace right now. I looked at my boy Coop. I said, Caruso gonna do what Caruso do.
Caruso!
My video on Instagram on the Shy.Kid, it don't got 70,000 views for no reason, baby. There's a reason Dame teamed up with Giannis. There's a reason AD and LeBron playing together. KD and Book. It's to stop one man. Caruso! Come on, baby. That's the greatest player in the league. Stop playing with me. But Rob, Kobe kicked that ball out. Here come Alex.
That was a beautiful shot.
So this man stands
up. Championship pedigree right there.
The second this man sees Kobe or Caruso gets the ball, right? This man stands up, puts on his jacket. He's got his jacket already on. He's ready to go home. I grabbed this man by his shoulder. I said, sit down, bitch. We got ball left, baby. Come on, baby. We got ball left. He started talking like he crazy. I said, hey, baby, I just want you to know you in my city right now. I said, watch that bitch word. Now, I said, I'll knock your ass out right here, right now. I ain't playing with you. What do I always say, Rob?
You got issues, dude.
Play with your mama, not with me.
Play with your mama, not with me.
His boys,
you got issues, dude.
His boys looked at him, Rob. We had 4 homies. It was just me. My boy was sitting there quiet, like he wasn't even with me. He was with me though, you know what I mean? He's in the shadows. He's making sure he's like Batman. Some shit go down, my boy Coop fly in. But in all seriousness, they looked at us. They looked at all the Bulls fans around that were looking at me and looking at them. They all sat down. I said, baby, when you in the United Center, you in Chicago, it's different, baby.
This Chicago, you know.
I mean, it's Chicago, baby. And bro, when we won that,
You
bro,
hit him with that corporate. He said, I'm one of them, not one of those.
On the real. But you know, we ended up having a great conversation after that. I told him, man, I said, hey, it's all love, man. It was friendly banter. But when you pulled that word, this was before Bron and the Dooku shit even happened. You know what I mean? Like, this was prior to that. So, like, I was standing on that before Bron was standing on that. And it's like, that's just a respect, bro. I said, this ain't Milwaukee, bro. I don't know what goes on over there in Whitewater, but it's
I mean, if somebody call you a bitch, they clearly have no respect for you or no fear of you.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, but we ended up winning that game. I put my jacket on. I said, it's time to go home. And what's
in the words of Stacey King, beep,
drive
home safely.
But listen, man, we had an amazing show tonight.
It was, man. And I was tired too, bro. Like,
man,
I'm tired, bro, but it's just something about when I hear that intro and I know it's time to go to Mars. I just wake up. I wake up. I'm here with my boy Mike Hughes. What place would I rather be? You know what I'm
saying? But in all seriousness, though, man, I want to apologize, truthfully, because we have not given you the best content we could possibly give you. And we have a reason for that. It's only December, baby. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep going. And we're going to keep moving. Big motion. We're going to get there. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of basketball left. Going into January is when things are going to start cooking. Real MVP starts showing up and showing out. We got guys, maybe the Orlando Magic stay top 3. Maybe not. Maybe Miami starts going crazy. Trade deadlines, injuries. We got so much more. But this Saturday, we got a special one. We talking about the champs, baby. We're going to go live, hopefully not too late, but we're going to try to make it and see who's going to be crowned the champs of the in-season tournament. This is this Saturday, correct, Rob? We're going to check that out. I'm very excited.
Don't make no promises. Remember, this is a celebration this weekend.
I forgot.
Let me
we will figure it out.
Let me do this again. I did it last night on Rob's 2 cents, but she's so nice, she deserves it twice.
Ooh.
I'm celebrating my 5th year anniversary with my wife tomorrow. That's 5 times. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's my baby. That's my boo. You know, nobody I'd rather take this ride with than her. So shout out to Miss Joy Scott. We celebrate 5 years tomorrow, man. Yeah, happy anniversary, babe.
Mrs. Scott, where your niece at? You feel me? Stop playing. Hey, we can all. Hey, listen, hear me out though, right? Hear me out though. Check this out. Hold on. Is Joy Scott in the room?
No.
Oh, where's she at?
Taking care of me.
Oh, I need Joy Scott in here right now. I'm gonna send her this clip later because we Facebook buddies. And yeah, all I'm saying is if I take her niece out on Saturday, me and her niece and you and her can have the same anniversary. You've heard me.
Well, our anniversary is actually tomorrow. We just celebrate.
Oh, well, then we can run it tomorrow, baby.
You know, we working folks. So, you know, we got to take care of the work and make sure that the check has been secured. Yeah, once you secure the bag, then you gonna have fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But until then, man, we will be back. We will let you guys know. Check it out on Rob's Facebook at Rob Scott or myself at Mike Hughes. You can check me out on the Shy.Kid or at Rob's 2 cents. We will keep you guys updated on when our next episode is going to be. If not this weekend,
it's gonna be this week. If we can do it before 5, because I got reservations at 6.
Yeah, I got work at 4, so that's perfect.
Yeah,
but with that being said, though, you always know. Wednesdays and Saturdays, baby. We in there like swimwear back at a regularly scheduled program. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you though. The holidays coming up. We will be having a Christmas break, as does everybody else. But with that being said, I'm excited about it. You guys should be too. Make sure you hit that follow button on Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube at Welcome to Mars, baby. Until then, be safe, be beautiful, and ball till we fall, baby.